she tried to take issue, this is audio soundbite 4, with Amy Barrett's use of the phrase sexual preference. Listen to this
use the term
exchange.
Sexual preference to describe those in the LGBTQ community. And let me make clear, sexual preference is an offensive and outdated term. It is used by anti-LGBTQ activists to suggest that sexual orientation is a choice. It is not. Sexual orientation is a key part of a person's identity. That sexual orientation is both a normal expression of human sexuality and immutable was a key part of the majority's opinion in Obergefell, which, by the way, Scalia did not agree with. So if it is your view that sexual orientation is merely a preference,
what Scalia said or said,
as you noted,
what he said or did not say,
then the LGBTQ community should be rightly concerned whether you would uphold their constitutional right to marry.
So here's this whole thing, she brings this up, and first off, this is garbage. And I note one of my, a friend of mine who, I'm going to pull this up, who writes online, Chad Felix Green, who is a gay man. And I love the phrase that he coined, gay ink, because it's funny. It's like a big gay ink. It's like how you have feminist ink, and it's like third wave feminism. And it's always the people who are the loudest and the furthest left, and who think that the only power one can attain is that found only through victimhood. Now, here's what's weird about this, because, you know, he and others were making the point that the LGBT community has always believed, and that gender and sexual orientation, particularly the former, can be chosen and changed. And that this was one of the things that formed the movement's legal fight for equality. And so the idea that you're going to nitpick over sexual preference, it's not outdated, nor is it offensive. In fact, up until just yesterday, it was up at Merriam-Webster as a legitimate, legal, and everyday mainstream phrase to describe and as use in discussing LGBT issues, etc. Oh, and then they just rushed and changed it yesterday. The dictionary people. You cannot trust a single damn person in this country. You can't even trust your damn dictionary. Your dictionary is trying to get political with you. But they changed it. They rushed and they changed it immediately. My friend Steve Krakauer noted this. He actually got screenshots of it. And he says, it was there yesterday in a separate tweet, but he says the Wayback Machine has it also from last month. And they were saying that the definition of preference as orientation or sexual preference, it included that. And he says today they changed it and added the word offensive. They literally added the word offensive. They tried to actually change it. I mean, for crying out loud, this is something that has been used by everyone from Ruth Bader Ginsburg to Barack Obama. But
regardless
suddenly,
of color, sexual preference, their background.
And Joe Biden, former VP Joe Biden, which was literally when?
That was,
like last week, 2 weeks ago? A month ago. But suddenly it's Amy Barrett. So now, and you know why? Because the left just lost it. Do you realize that Amy Barrett said that when she was talking about Obergefell, was saying that there was, in terms of adults being able to pursue and enter into agreements with other adults, that a government cannot abridge your right to enter into agreements with other individuals. Ultimately, that's what she was saying. Now, you can interpret that to say, Barrett's saying there's a right to same-sex marriage, which is, if you wanted to be partisan and completely overlook nuance. But the problem is that the left was hinging and they were betting on her being she's an originalist. What did you think you were going to get from an originalist?